So we're going to switch it up a little bit next time. We're going to kick off with just like a 5-minute open window to assist our brand new distributors that are coming onto the call if they have any Go Herbalife issues or any square setup, like just as a checkpoint. Any brand newbies have anything that we can help you with, like on the setup phase, because we're all bringing in team members every single, week. So that's one alteration that we're going to make. We also are going to ask this of you guys. If you are a supervisor on the line, every single week, we're going to ask you guys to bring a win to the table, because each week we ask for, celebrations and wins, and sometimes you guys bring one, sometimes you don't. But what I want you guys to understand is what you focus on, you're going to get more of, okay? So we want you to focus on your wins, because it just naturally is going to attract other wins for us, okay? So two slight changes, and then we'll implement a couple other changes as we go. Let me share the screen here. We had last minute switch, and yes, you guys are getting me a la natural here tonight. We had a last minute switch. Rachel has not made it home yet, so she kind of got stuck in the middle or in the last part of the day. So I'm actually filling in for Rachel. So it'll be me and Reilly doing the call tonight. But awesome job, Rachel, being on in the middle of trying to get home with everything. For those of you that are on, again, grab pen and paper. You might already feel like you know the information, but could you be the next leader and teach it on the call, okay? And then just for those of you that aren't aware of the etiquette on Zoom, we can see you if your camera is actively on, which is what we want. We want to see you on Zoom because we want to be like face to face, but we also want to be able to see you in, visually engaged. So just be mindful that if your camera's on, that everybody can see you, okay? Which is how we want it. So each week we have been doing things that really set us up to win in our business, okay? The first thing that we have had you guys do is listen to the 12 Pillars, which is one of Jim Rohn's books, an incredible book. We also have you focusing on your 3-day trial, actively texting and emailing people to either take a look at the video or to come in and get a wellness evaluation and then jump on a 3-day trial, but actively getting people on our 3-day trials each week so that we can get our 10 trials out each month. Okay, we want you actively hosting a shake party or open house minimum once a month, okay? And then we also want you to be in touch with your mentor and, like I said, be focused on the wins so that you can bring them to the table. So right now, what I want you guys to do is just unmute your phone. If you have a win, real quick, share one win with the team so that we can hear what's going on with you guys. Unmute, ready, set, go.
I recently came back home and I got out 4 3-day trials.
Awesome job, Emily. Awesome job. Next.
Okay, I got one. So the Clarksville crew, we are definitely stepping into the community, guys. We did 6 tea drops since Friday, so we're really, getting involved with our community. So it's very great for us. It's a good job, Clarksville crew.
Woohoo, Clarksville! Way to go.
So I got some real quick.
Go for it.
As everyone saw on Telegram, we went to the college for the first time this past week, and about 50% of the reception we got from the college faculty members only did not know we existed. They were so excited that we were out giving out these.
Awesome. There's a slight delay in the audio in your video. Awesome job, Sean. Way to go, guys. Any other wins, guys? Somebody is unmuted. Maybe it's, yeah, Sean, can you mute your line again? Okay, so guys, focus on, especially if your supervisor's bringing your wins to the table next week. Grab a pen and paper. Hold on. Sorry, I had to get a quick drink. Grab a pen and paper, because what I want you guys to understand is the biggest difference. Remember, we all have the same products, right? Like supervisors don't get a better product than non-supervisors. We all have this same marketing plan, which means we all start as distributors, 25%. We work our way up to the 35 and then the 42 and then the supervisor position and on up. So we all have the same marketing plan and we all have the same products. The only difference in the business is you, right? So what you bring to the table to match the marketing plan and the product opportunity is literally what makes the difference. So this is why we talk about listening to Jim Rohn and the 12 pillars, and why we want to make sure that we're constantly focused on leveling up our mindset, right? So let's look real quick at the mindset of a rich man versus a poor man. And we're not judging. What we're doing is we're looking at the way that people think, okay? If you guys just came on, hold on, let me see if I can mute whoever just came on. Super. Okay, Nina, I'm just going to mute you. Let's see. Nina, can you mute your line? Welcome to the call. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sometimes it doesn't let me mute on this side. Okay, awesome. So the mindset of a rich man versus a poor man, okay? So a rich man is solution-oriented, and a poor man typically focuses on the problem. And this, guys, I want you guys to understand, just in daily conversation, are we constantly griping about the problems around us, or are we identifying the problem and spending 80% of the time on the solution? That would be what you want to do if you want to change the dynamic, because this is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Okay? It's not the government. It's not anybody's against you. It's totally what's between your two ears. So are you focusing the majority of your day on problems, or are you focusing the majority of your day on solutions? The second thing, rich man versus poor man. The rich man always finds value in an expense, if you will, and the poor man always looks at what it costs. I'm going to bring this directly to the table in terms of extravaganza. The value that you're going to get from extravaganza in terms of vision, in terms of meeting your company, seeing what you're a part of, being in the midst of all of what you could surround yourself with, seeing the doctors, the parties, the team, unmatchable, right? Or are you going to look at the cost, right? So the rich man is going to look at the investment side, and the poor man is going to look at the cost of things. Next, the rich man focuses on what I got to get done. All right, what do I have to do? And what I do have. The poor man focuses on what I don't have. Okay, so if you're coming into a situation and you need to figure out solutions, a mindset of a poor man would say, well, I can't do it because I don't have this and I don't have that and I didn't get this and I don't have that. Or a rich man would say, I can do it because I do have this, that, and this, right? So focus on what you have in order to create solutions versus what you don't have to create whining, okay? Rich man takes responsibility. The poor man doesn't, basically. They just do what they want when they want to do it and when they feel like it. So I have, I said a long time ago when I opened up my very first club, I said, if it's going to be, it's up to me. That was my whole mantra. When I opened up the club, I didn't allow anyone else's excuses, anyone else's work ethic, anyone else's level of responsibility to be my excuse. I decided I would take responsibility. The next, principles of success run my life. As a rich man versus a poor man, circumstances run my life. Which, by the way, guys, this comes a lot out of Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Man, Poor Man, okay? If you guys want to know, like, the author and where this stems from. So principles of success run my life. I get my principles of success from Leadership Development Weekend, from hanging out with others that are higher than me that I really want to learn from. I go to personal development seminars, church. What do I do that creates a better mindset for myself versus letting circumstances be the excuse of why I can't do things, okay? And if you guys just understand, maybe this is the first time you've ever even heard things like this, if you'll be able to start identifying these not only in other people, but in yourself. You'll be able to say, nope, I'm not going to make an excuse for that. I'm actually going to stand up to that and do what it takes, okay? The rich man invests money and time, and the poor man spends money and time. So how do you spend time? You basically waste time, right? In front of a TV for 8 hours a day. Like, what are you scrolling on social media? What are you doing with your time? Do you guys understand that time is one thing that you can never get back? You might be able to get your money back, but you will never be able to get your time back. The rich man makes decisions versus the poor man makes excuses and accusations, okay? This is something that I look for personally inside of our nutrition club. Every time I'm working with people, the number one thing I want to know is, can they make a decision? Or do they have to ask me if the towels need to be washed or if we need something on the bar? My goodness, if we see something and it needs to be done, I want our team to feel empowered to go do that, okay? Make a decision. You don't need authorization to take care of a need right in front of you. That's what makes a team like just flow and the club execute on a dime every single day. Okay, so leaders make decisions. Rich people make decisions. Okay, rich men ask questions. Guys, the more questions you ask, the more you learn. Isn't it interesting that the poorest of people have the most opinions and give you the most answers, right? They'll give you, just ask them. Sometimes you don't even have to ask them. The poor man's really quick to give you a ton of answers. So I would just say, get really good at learning to ask questions versus give answers. Rich man does what's right and ethical, okay? And poor man does what's convenient. That doesn't need a whole lot of explaining. The rich man focuses on why I can do something. The poor man focuses on why I cannot. And this is so typical. The rich man, money comes with attitude. So you have the attitude first and then you get the money. But the poor man thinks, well, you give me the money and of course I'll be happy. Or you give me the money and of course I will be successful. Or of course I will do this or I will do that. If you have the attitude first, the money actually comes, okay? This is crucial, guys. The one thing I understood when I graduated high school, moved on to college, got my first job, is nobody actually ever taught me how to create wealth. Okay, and again, this is in Rich Man, Poor Man, Robert Kiyosaki. It's an incredible education if you guys have never seen it. There are 4, these are called quadrants, so each little box is actually a quadrant. So there's 4 quadrants, okay? And to help you understand like what the quadrants mean, on the left side is active income on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is like passive income. So I want you guys to understand the 2 different sides. And it always, you'll see it's abbreviated EBSI. So on the left-hand side, you have an employee. And this is otherwise known as people who have a job, okay? Most individuals like fit within this category. You work for a company, you trade your time for the dollar. If you want to make more money, you have to work more hours. You usually don't have any leverage. If you don't work, you don't get paid. Okay, so the thing is, an employee can be a nurse who makes really great money, right? It could be anybody with a job that clocks in and clocks out, and if they don't go to work, they don't earn money. But you have a very, very slim chance of becoming wealthy in this quadrant. Only 5% of the entire population will ever achieve wealth through this quadrant, okay? On the left-hand side, which is active income, is your self-employed people. And these are people who it says who will own a job. You still don't really have leverage, okay? It's one step better than being an employee, but in reality, you're still trading your time for the dollar. You own your own business, which is great, right? But in reality, the business owns you, because you're the one running the business. And I put bar operator on this side because I want you guys to like split your mindset here, because the tendency sometimes for new distributors when they're coming in is they feel like they're independent because they're working inside of a nutrition club on the bar. And depending on the nutrition club that you're in, you might be really banking some cash flow on that thing, right? You might have active income, which feels very powerful. It feels very misleading, but I don't want you to get misled, because the bar operator is like the job part of our business model. So the business owner implies you have a system in place. That's what's so key. And that's why I put Herbalife Business over here on the business owner quadrant, okay? In a traditional sense, as a business owner, you would have employees working for you. We don't have employees, but we do create a structure and a team of operators that collaborate to work together. Okay, so you're not really selling your time for money like an employee. You're basically trading your time for money. You're trading a product or a service for money. And typically, you will have a successful system if the business runs with or without you. So I really want to address the Nutrition Club model inside of this, because our single club owners, our club owners who don't operate in a format where you're opening up and bringing in other bar operators, and will your nutrition club run with or without you? And I don't care if you're like the nutrition club owner. I'm like talking to the bar operators. Will that work with or without you? Are you the owner of that business system, though, is really the key. So in Herbalife, the reason the nutrition clubs are a powerful way to leverage your financial freedom is because you can create a structure that will allow you to walk away from it, but you have to follow the structure. Okay, you have to stick with the structure. And then the last quadrant is the investment quadrant, and that is where you put your money to work for you. It's where you have passive income. It's usually with stocks and bonds, things like real estate, trademarks, copyrights, but also royalties. And so another thing that we have inside of Herbalife is the ability to earn royalties. So if you're talking to anyone else in like the real world out there, they would say if you have the ability to generate royalties from like a song production or a movie, like that is an investment type. And really only 5% of the population will achieve this type of income, this type of passive income. But inside of Herbalife, guys, you have so much better of a chance to create that passive income through royalties if you're building an Herbalife business. So let me just finalize this. This is what people don't teach you in schooling. People don't teach you how to create wealth. And I love working, but if I'm going to work and I'm going to grind, I want it to be profitable, right? I want it to not only be profitable for me, but I want it to be profitable for the teammates we have on board. Okay, let's just switch our mindset real quick. One of the things I really want you guys to understand, two things that set Herbalife apart inside of the network marketing industry is, number one, this Herbalife Gold Standard, okay? And I'm not going to read it to you, but I want you to know that the Herbalife Gold Standard is in every single box that we deliver, right? And this sets us apart because a lot of the other companies, they actually have auto ship, required purchases. You have to buy a certain amount or you don't get your money. You have some things that aren't exactly gold standards in other companies, okay? The other thing that really sets us apart is, I don't know if you guys just saw what happened with Advocare, where the network marketing, they were a network marketing company and the company totally changed, ditched the distributors and went to a different model where a lot of people had invested their time and money into that company. They basically lost all their income like July. It's over because the company changed. And what I want you guys to understand inside of Herbalife is we have an agreement with the company, and it's called the Reilly Agreement. The Reilly Agreement was written in 2002 when Mark passed away. The president's team and chairman's club got together and we made a contract with the company, and we both signed off on it, where we would never change our distribution model. We would always be a network marketing company. And because Mark was a distributor, that was what set us so different, and that was what made us so different in the industry. And that is the thing that sets us apart inside of the industry. No other network marketing company that I know of, and this has been in great conversation on the back end with the president's team, has an agreement like Herbalife distributors have with their corporate. So I want you guys to have complete confidence that we do set the standard inside of our industry, okay? We have quite a few of you guys that are active supervisors. and moving on to the world team. And what I want you to really learn to focus on is developing active supervisors within your team. Okay, if you want to track how do I get to the get team? How do I get to the millionaire team? You want to develop active supervisors. So let's back it up. What is an active supervisor? An active supervisor is a supervisor who has a minimum production of 2,500 documented volume 3 months in a row. So 2,500 really shows stabilization, shows they have a customer base, they know the basics. You're really creating some foundation inside of your business. So once you're able to create a 2,500 documented volume production, here's what I know. You can turn around and show someone else how to do that, okay? So you do it first, and then you just turn around and show other people how to get their customer base to create the 2,500 documented. So the law of averages, again, it's not exact, but when you have three teammates, and I'm always going to say go front line, but if you have 3 team members in your first 3 levels doing, if you have 3 team members that are front line, you will be the 3 stone pins. Sorry, let me find the line and meet those. If you guys just came on, if you you can, I got you muted, Shelby. So 3 stone pin, you average typically will be at the get team level. Okay. When you reach a 5 stone pin, when we're in a big training, like everybody with the 5 stone pin stand up, it's typically in the millionaire team area. 7 stone is 7.5, okay? And 10 stone, typically you'll hit president's team when you have 10 frontline people doing 2,500. Now let me back it up and tell you this. 3 people doing 2,500 will not equal 20,000 documented in your organization, but it's the law of averages. So you're gonna get some that do a little, some that do some, and some that do a lot, okay? But it is the law of averages, and you want to teach everybody the basics and the standard of 2,500. So start mapping it out. I don't know if you guys can see. I have, no, it's over here. I actually have a whiteboard that I have 2 whiteboards in the office in here, and I have it mapped out, like who are the business builders and who do I work with actively, like who shows up, who's doing the deal. This is what you want to do, is line it out, okay? And then what do I do with them once I get them? Well, of course, you guys know we have distributortraining.me, the 10 steps, okay? Make sure that you know those 10 steps. If we had a quiz, what's step 1? Could you tell us? Well, of course, it's taking your required distributor training, right? Step 2, do you know it? If you don't, that's the first and foremost, because I think people don't sponsor other distributors because they don't know really what to do with the distributor.
Box that had the thing in it, but it wasn't.
Hey, Rachel. Can you mute? Okay, thank you. So go through distributortraining.me and understand you're just going to show them how to do their 2,500. So share what works, plug it into the system, university and the event structure, keeping it simple, doing the basics, and then, like I said, just teaching your team to do it. You can only carry a few, but you can lead a lot. So what I really want people to understand is don't waste your time trying to work with the people that aren't teachable. People that don't show up to Monday night calls, people that don't show up to events, they're not, it's not that they're bad people, it's just that it's not as a priority as it is for others. So I want to work with those that really want to go and grow. Those are the people that will get the time, right? And you guys are all doing that at different levels. You're on the call tonight. So I'm actually going to turn the call over to world team member Reilly White, and she's going to wrap the call up here for us. So Reilly, take it away.
Thanks, Tina. Okay, guys, so what Tina was saying, time management. I know she went over it a little bit. Time management. What are you going to do each day to grow your business? So if that's, some people have to write this down, like at 6 o'clock, at 5:30 I get up, I do this. So I mean, if that's you, that's awesome. Our last training we did, STS, EJ got on the stage and he mapped out everything for what he gets up in the morning. 30 minutes doing this, he follows up with people, 30 minutes for this. So that's a great way of like mapping out your day and everything. Nightly routine, to-do list, what are you doing each day? to get stuff done. Either if you're a club owner, what do you have to do for your orders and stuff like that. People to follow up with, your preferred members, and then making sure that you're on point for the next day. Like, do you have everything ready to go for the next day? So get in the habit of really setting that like schedule for yourself and to know what you need to do and how to get it done and everything. So, and also your personal life, like don't forget to plug in like your date nights and, you know, just make time for your workouts and that too. But so that's why writing down your schedule is definitely a key for that. Client tracking. So these are some ways that you can track like your preferred members, your distributors, your house document is one of them we've gone over a few times. Your whiteboards, like Tina was just saying that she has it written down from her front line to down levels and stuff like that. And then like just spreadsheets. One way that the last SCS, one of the guys got on stage and showed from BizWorks. I mean, he was a millionaire team, but he had BizWorks printed out on a schedule on a spreadsheet, and he had who's frontliner and then who's under there, and he like tracked them, how much volume points they need to get to this level, and he was really like in numbers on what he needed to get to.
And Reilly, I have this down here, can't mentor zero. So if you want help with your business and you don't keep stats, don't ask your mentor for help, because they can't mentor zero. I mean, if you don't track your business, then we can't tell you where it's not up to speed to where the numbers need to be cranking. For example, if you don't know how many invites you're doing, you can't say, well, I can't get anybody in the door because I'm doing invites. Well, how many are you doing? Well, I don't know. I mean, like I do. Well, I don't really know. Well, if you told me I do 50 invites every single day and I don't get one person in, now I got something to work with. If you tell me you do 2 a day and you don't get anybody in, well, I'm like, okay, we'll just do more numbers. So the law of averages play in, but if you don't have your numbers, we can't play the law of averages.
I also want to go down that too. So like the law of averages for your numbers, like for example, is like I do about 100 like social media invites a day, and I might get maybe 10 people out of that 100 to like message me back, oh yes, I would like some more information. And then I might get one person out of that 10 to come into the club and like meet me and see what the business is actually all about, who actually is serious and watch the video. So that's just like a number example for you guys.
Awesome, Reilly.
So your 90-day plan, guys, this is just like a time commitment of your 90-day plan. So these are the hours that you're not in the club. So your DMOs, like what are you doing each day for your business, like your social media. So how many hours are you putting in? We got like the first level is like 5 to 10 hours a week. We got the second level that's like 10 to 20 a week. And then we have full-time go-getters, like 40 hours a week. You're all in for this business. So pick your level and we can go with your mentor and see how it goes from there. Customer receipts. So these are some of the ways that we record receipts. So we have their wholesale. Those are automatically receipted. Your retail is auto receipted for your Girl Herbalife. So, who your preferred members, it's going right to them. Selling your inventory. So this goes for club owners and, club documents. So make sure you're doing receipts every single day, because it's just going to catch up to the end of the month. And when the end of the month comes, you can get like docked, I think, right, for it.
Yeah, if you don't get them in, then you don't get credit for your volume for that. So you definitely want to get your receipts in.
And then, so like Tina said earlier about the Herbalife has a full refund guarantee on products if your customer wants a full guarantee on that. But then that goes with the club. So the club is a way for the customer to like check out the product, see how they like. So if they don't like the Formula One, they can like find a different way they can test it out before they get it from the club. So
yeah, and I gotta tell you, Reilly, like before the clubs, because you probably don't really know this, but before the clubs, I mean, we had to deal with refunds, because imagine this, guys, like trying to describe French vanilla to somebody, like, oh, I like vanilla, and then they get vanilla and they don't like it, and then they want to return it. I can't tell you, like I haven't had a refund in years, okay? So it's just one of the beauties of the club.
So marketing materials, like always be branded. you should know when someone walks in, you walk into like a store, they should know that you're the Herbalife people, that you belong to this nutrition club. You know, always represent the brand, guys. But in clothing, 3-day trials, always have them on hand, ready to go. Your invites, you know, most important.
Sorry.
You're fine. And then social events. So the event structure, this is the key to your business. So your events is plugging into the Monday night calls, your fit clubs, being in the nutrition club, doing your invites, you know, HOMs weekly if you have them at your club, LDWs, extravaganza that's coming up in a month and a half, and then your universities, so focus groups, you know, just your basic events, so to improve your business. Next steps, so commit to a 90-day plan. Everyone contact your mentor and work with your 90-day plan with your mentor. You should already be doing that. Talk with your sponsor about your 90-day plan. Attend extravaganza. Get your extravaganza tickets because they're just going to go up. I think they just went up 2 days ago. They're just going to go up again. So get those. Commit to weekly courses, and then learn the course and teach the course. So you want to be teaching the course next. So
awesome. So guys, I'm going to stop the recording.